Welcome to She Said Scale, where we do business differently. Less grind, more strategy, and a low-lift revenue model that makes high cash months feel light as a feather. I'm Tristan Jean, your business strategist and social sales expert, and I built a spacious, scalable business that locks in recurring revenue so I don't reset to zero every month. And I did it without launching every 2 weeks, running on empty, creating a mass membership that saps the life out of me, or feeling like my business owns me. Now I'm here to help you do the same. Join me for conversations around the strategies that will simplify your sales, scale your business so that you never reset to zero and you can do it all in part-time hours. If you're ready to ditch the income roller coaster and finally create a business that pays you and gives you your life back, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe, grab your coffee and your comfy couch blanket because you know I have mine, and let's chat, my friend.
Look at you. Look at you. You are showing up, you follow the steps, you've got the offer, the content, the niche clarity, the aligned pricing. You're posting the stories, you're writing the captions, you've done the trainings, you've implemented, and still it's not converting the way it should. And it is absolutely maddening because you know you're putting in the effort, you know you are, you know you're not guessing. You're not throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're building with intention, but the results are not matching the effort. And so now it's like 2 weeks, 30 days in, and you're starting to feel that little voice in the back of your head. You push it back and you keep going, keep going. Now we're like 90 days in, 6 months in. And now the question is getting louder. Is there something wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? No, but something is off. And we are going to talk about what that is today. But I can tell you what it's not. It's not your discipline. It's not your commitment. And it is definitely not even your strategy because, should I tell you this? I should. Every strategy works. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Every strategy works for somebody. You can make almost any strategy work. So it's not your strategy. It is 100% that your business is not calibrated to how buyers are behaving now. And that misalignment is creating drag and resistance and conversion friction. So let's talk about how to fix it. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I really just want to get this point across. What used to work doesn't work the same way anymore. And I've had clients come to me saying, but I heard that I'm only supposed to do one offer, one platform, one buyer. And I cannot tell you if you, patience. Okay. If you want to learn from someone and they are preaching one way to do things, you need to run. You need to run, because the entire online marketplace landscape has completely changed. There is not one way to do things. And certainly the way that you did things 10 years ago is not going to work right now. The online business market has shifted, but most businesses haven't. So if you build your strategy around fast action urgency, quick consumption content, launch-based income spikes, scarcity-led sales language, fear-mongering sales language, mean girl marketing sales language, or inspirational and aspirational style authority, then you are building the perfect business, the perfect machine for what work that works perfectly for a buyer who no longer exists. This is not 2020. Buyers are not emotionally reactive anymore. They are cautious. They're calculated. They are slower to act. Not because they don't want to buy, but because they're tired of rushing decisions that don't actually solve the problem. They're watching longer. They're saving more than they're sharing. They're comparing every offer to their last bad investment. They're taking in your content. They're watching your stories, but they are making decisions based on what feels calm, clean, and clear. So when you try to apply high pressure marketing to a low trust buyer, you don't get conversions. You just get hesitation and friction. So here's what I see over and over and over again now. My dream clients come to me with good offers, strong execution, and they start to panic because their conversions slow down, their income dips. So she automatically assumes my niche is wrong, my price is off, I need more visibility, I need to put out more content, my messaging needs to be completely redone. Or the worst one, she's not showing up enough and she needs to show up 10 times more. But what actually is happening is that this entire sales system, the sales structure, is not built to hold this new buyer persona, the longer buyer timeline. Now, that's not to say that your sales are going to dip because of this buyer behavior, but you have to understand how this buyer behavior works so that you can continue to have that influx of leads. Because if you don't, you're going to get stuck in this loop of my leads are down, I need to work harder, I need to do more, and it's going to lead to burnout. And you're going to start going into this loop. So, what do buyers need now to actually buy? We're going to keep this one short and to the point because who has time to waste? Really, you're going to need to focus on 3 things. 1, safety before urgency. Safety, decision safety, emotional safety, decision empowerment. If they don't feel grounded, if they don't feel aligned, they're not going to move. If they feel 1 ounce of hesitation, 1 ounce of, but is it right for me? And no, they're not going to move. They're going to keep searching. They need to feel that internal buying trigger of decision empowerment, of this is an absolute yes, this is my idea. I am so happy to invest in this. Number 2, clarity before persuasion. Clarity before persuasion. So the moment they feel like they're being sold to, they freeze. The moment they feel they're being pushed, they freeze. Dream clients don't need someone telling them what to do, pushing them into what they need to do. The sale happens before the pitch through the way that your business positions you and positions your offer. It needs to be completely clear. They can have no questions. And 3, decision support before hype. So you can't just throw testimonials up on the screen anymore, throw income claims up. There has to be context. People need to be able to see themselves, to see where they're at inside of your process before they say yes to the outcome. So when you come to me and you say, I'm doing everything right, what you usually mean is I'm doing what I was taught and I'm doing what used to work and now it's not working. But if the buyer behavior has changed, the system has to change too. That's all there is to it. So let's talk about how my buyer flow method solves it. So really, we go into 4 key areas. Positioning. So your offer isn't just positioned for the transformation, but for buyer relevance. So your content maps to their brain's decision sequences: safety, desire, logic, urgency. Number 2, sales flow. So we engineer longer decision windows into your funnels on purpose. So you're not scrambling to pitch. You're not using FOMO. You're not using hype. You're letting your system do the heavy lifting for you. We don't just use buyer psychology. We use buyer psychology segmentation. So not all buyers convert the same way. I'm sure you've heard of driver, analytic, expressive, amiable buyer types. And you can even be using those type of buyer types in your content. But a lot of times it goes deeper than just your content. And we build pathways for each one inside of your entire sales ecosystem. So no one gets left behind in generic messaging. And then conversion layering in your content. So we're going to build trust over time with intentional pacing. So content that stacks belief and absolves objections so that you don't even need to handle them. It just removes that friction and moves people through your pipeline without forcing them. So they feel that decision empowerment factor.
That's it for this episode. If it felt like I was speaking directly to what you've been circling around, good. This series wasn't built to inspire, it was meant to clarify. When you're ready to step into structure that sells, you know where to find me.